Hey friends, the Budget Chef here. I was asked to cover making a grilled cheese, so please, no judgment. Learning new methods and suggestions helps you explore bigger cooking feats. In the About section below this video, I will include a link to get the recipe, a breakdown of the costs, more info on the tools that I use, and ways that you can upgrade your sandwich. So let's get started. I then set up my cooking station so everything is ready to go. I make sure I have my cheese, my ham, all of my utensils laid out and ready so that I can easily move them and use them as needed. So the first thing I'm going to do is soften the butter for about 10 to 20 seconds in the microwave to make it easier to spread on the bread without breaking the bread. Lay out your bread 2 pieces per sandwich and apply to one side. The buttered side will be the one that faces down in the pan. Having the 2 pieces of bread helps you visualize as one is the top and one is the bottom. If you're like me, then you love ham on your grilled cheese sandwich. So you're going to turn on the heat on low and place a non-stick pan on the stove. To test if the pan is hot enough, I flick a little bit of water droplets into the pan. And if it evaporates or sizzles, I know I'm ready to go. So I add the sliced ham with a pair of tongs and allow the ham to slightly brown on one side, and then I flip the ham over. When both sides are browned, remove from the pan and put it on a plate with a little bit of foil over the top just to keep the heat trapped inside the plate. From here, I am ready to start assembling my sandwich. So I'm going to put 1 tablespoon of oil back into the pan, and I am going to place 1 slice of the bread, buttered side down, and let that bread gently start to toast. Using the tongs or a fish turner, I check the bread, gently lifting the corner to make sure that it's starting to brown. I then flip the bread. I then add my toasted ham to the top of the bread, and I make sure that I'm using cheeses that can melt. I listed several options for you in the video. I like thick grated cheese as it's easier to stack and it won't as easily fall off the bread and into the pan. I always use the grated first on top of the ham, and then I use a slice of something most people have, American cheese. Regardless of what the slices that you use, this builds a wall to help keep your grated cheese inside the sandwich. Okay, get ready. It's time to add your other piece of bread. I place the second piece of bread with the butter side facing up on the sandwich and gently press down using the spatula or fish turner. I flip the sandwich in the pan so that the new buttered side of the bread is facing down. And then I gently press on the sandwich again, and I add a lid to the top of the pan. I let it sit for about 2 minutes with the lid on, and it gives it time for the heat to help break down the cheese. Using your tongs or your fish turner to check the bottom of the toast, you can lift it up and see if it's starting to brown on the bottom. As you can see, I added my lid and the heat is starting to concentrate inside. After a minute or two, I open the lid and I check the bottom of the bread to make sure that it is started to toast. You should see that the cheese is starting to melt. I then remove the grilled cheese sandwich from the pan and I place it on a plate with tin foil over the top to help continue to concentrate the heat and help continue to break down the proteins in the cheese. After I'm done with the sandwich, I do a quick wipe on the pan with a paper towel and remove any burnt cheese or bread crispies. I add 1 ounce of oil and I start the process again. It's time to make more grilled cheese. There are many ways to make or modify your grilled cheese. Please be sure to like, subscribe, and click the link below to see the actual recipe, the cost of all of the items that I used, as well as some additional items, the different ways that you can modify your sandwich, and the tools that you are going to use. Love you guys. Shane, the Budget Chef.